Hey Prior Lake.
Hi, I'm Keith Nordling.
And I'm Alex Schult, and welcome to this week's episode of Laker Shenanigans.
Our first story today is about the problems with winter parking.
Students and staff have varying opinions on parking in the winter.
Student parking in the winter can be challenging based on the precipitation.
As long as everybody is respectful of each other, you should be okay.
It sucks because they won't give me a parking permit, and I get a lot of tickets.
It's like crazy, accidents keep happening.
Members of Prior Lake High School can recall the worst parking job they've ever seen.
Well, and we run into this problem every year. Invariably, somebody boxes somebody in because they're not paying attention.
Devin Armadillo's Mustang, sideways.
Devin's, yeah. He parked his car in a weird way.
Most people at Prior Lake High School think of the parking lot in the winter as a safety concern.
It is everywhere. It's not just here. It's just normal. Winter driving is not easy.
Well, the parking lot in the winter can be a safety concern. I mean, the roads are slick after it snows. Kids have a tendency to drive too fast.
No, because the snowbanks are cool, because when I, pit, the smoke goes straight up and it looks pretty sweet.
Most people have something they don't look forward to in the winter.
My least favorite part is on those cold, windy days when we're out there.
My least favorite part is kids driving too fast in the parking lot. Because they think they're beasts and they're not, and they crash.
And that's the winter parking, Prior Lake.
The parking lot sure has been filling up fast lately with all the sophomores getting their licenses.
Hey now, us sophomores aren't all that bad. After all, I've seen quite a few guys in the weight room.
I guess you could say those bros actually do lift.
We asked students what they think is the most important part of lifting.
The most important part of lifting is doing all of your reps, doing all of your sets.
The commitment that you make to doing it, because it really helps with work ethic.
Is the gains. If you're not getting gains, there's no reason to be lifting.
To get better, get stronger, get prepared for football season.
There have been some great athletes that have came through the weight room, but who are the best?
Alex Hart, Eric Doles, Streifel.
I'm definitely Jamal, because he's the biggest. He's gotten 610 squats.
Blake Weber and Alex Hart.
Tyler Joes, because he's huge, has muscular definition, and could probably kick my butt.
We have asked some students what additions they have put into the weight room.
They put new speakers in to help with the music. They also reorganized the racks.
And some new TVs in there.
The new setup, the way they got the weights, the platform set up now.
Put in brand new windows, or brand new mirrors, because everybody smashed the mirrors, because the gains were too real.
It seems as though many people at Prior Lake High School train hard for their sports. Keep up the good work.
I bet those guys sure do drink a lot of protein shakes after lifting.
Oh yeah? You know it. Want to know who else has been slamming those protein shakes? Mr. Lund.
There's some staff at Prior Lake High School that seem to fall behind the scenes. One of those happens to be the most important man in the school. We decided to take a closer look at the principal himself, Mr. Lund. First off, we will hear from the man himself about his past as a student, teacher, and principal.
I went to Golden Valley Lutheran College and then transferred up to UMD, where I got my bachelor's degree in art, and then I got my master's degree at University of St. Thomas, and I picked up my specialist degree at St. Cloud State University. I've been a principal in a couple other schools. I was a principal up in Albany High School for 4 years and Becker High School for 5 years, and was hoping to move to a larger school, a little more suburban and closer to my hometown, and this job opened up, and the superintendent I was working with said, "Hey Dave, I think you'd be a good fit for this job," and I applied and was extremely lucky to get offered the position. I played baseball and I played football in high school and in junior college.
Wow, I never knew that much about Mr. Lund. He's got some pretty great coworkers, so we interviewed them to see what we could dig up about the big man upstairs.
One of Mr. Lund's pet peeves is people being late. He is always on time, usually a little bit early, so that's a huge thing for him is people being on time for meetings and not being late. When he's out of the office, I like to do different things to his office when he's out. So this summer he was gone for a meeting and I bubble wrapped everything on his desk. We had a pretend party and we left popcorn and Solo cups and napkins all over his desk and his floor. And so he has a good sense of humor, so he lets me get away with it.
They had some pretty great stories to tell, and he sure seems like a great person to work for. He always talks about how proud he is of all of his students. So let's see what some of the students have to say about their principal.
I enjoy his spirit and that he's always excited about his work and excited about what he does, and that he enjoys helping the students.
Mr. Lund sure seems like a fantastic principal, and he always loves to meet new students. If you ever see him in the hallways, don't be afraid to say hi. That's all for today. Signing off.
Oh, I guess we were wrong about the protein shakes, but he does seem like a pretty cool principal.
Hey Keith, want to know a good joke?
Sure, why not?
Why did the clock go to the principal's office? For talking too much.
I think it's time to go now. That's all for this week, guys.
I'm Alex.
And I'm Keith. Lake Pryor classes today.